Heat Nation, let's have some fun today. What's up, you guys? Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday so far. We're in the middle of the grind. We're doing it together. So hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Now, before we get started, y'all, you know what I'm going to ask. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're rocking and rolling on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, before we get started, you guys, little update. Today, the Miami Heat do have a game against the Detroit Pistons. I know a lot of people feel that this is an easy game, but the Miami Heat should have this one in the bag. But we're in the second half of the season. There's 22 games left before the playoff starts. It's playoff mode right now. We're a game and a half down from the 4th seed. The Miami Heat need to treat every game like a must-win game. Because right now, you're at the 7th seed with a 34-26 record. If we lose today, you may be back down to the 8th. You win, you could be at the 5th seed. That's how it is in the Eastern Conference. So with games like these against Detroit, where you're supposed to win the game. That simple. Now, looks like Tyler Herro's not going to be playing again. It's a little scary, you guys, because the Miami Heat are keeping this one very close to the cup. And when the Heat do that, it may mean that things may be a little bit more serious than what they seem. Now, we saw the injury. Tyler Herro planted his foot pretty bad. His knee bent inwards. I thought it was a knee, like a hyperextension of the knee. Turns out now he has right foot tendonitis. And now Tyler Herro is saying it's a similar injury that he suffered in 2020. This is not stuff that you want to hear, especially since we're so close to the playoffs. And Tyler Herro has this reputation of always getting hurt. And it's not funny anymore. Like, you say, oh, it's freak injuries. He breaks his hand diving for a loose ball. He steps on Jaren Jackson's foot, so he sprains his ankle. And we're making all these excuses for Tyler Herro. But at the end of the day, when it continues to happen this consistently, you get pegged as injury prone. So I hope it's not as serious. He's not playing tonight. We got 22 games left. Spo did say that this is not an injury that they're holding him back for. When he's ready, he'll be ready. So I hope that's sooner rather than later. Josh Richardson still isn't back, you guys, but we know that DeLon Wright is holding down that front. We see that the Miami Heat roster, that whenever there's injuries, other people step up. So I'm worried about that. We just need all hands on deck come playoffs. We all know that. Now, speaking of the playoffs, that's a great segue to get to my next topic. Bill Simmons. Yo, Bill Simmons. Y'all know who Bill Simmons is. I don't need to explain him. If you don't know him, look him up. But he's a big-time NBA journalist. He has his own podcast, The Ringer. He recently had Ryan Russillo on his show, and they were talking about the Miami Heat. And it's funny, man, because Bill Simmons, dude's a big hypocrite. He always plays favorites. Now, we know that Bill Simmons is a Boston Celtics fan. So anything he says about the Miami Heat, I take it with a grain of salt. Anytime that he's, being positive, I just think he's just blowing smoke up people's ass and he's playing favorites. However, in his recent podcast, he was going off on the Miami Heat. And I found it funny because, like 9 months ago, he was talking about how great this Miami Heat team is, how he's scared about seeing the Miami Heat in the conference finals, putting over the Heat culture, talking about how great Spo is, just basically piggybacking off what everyone says in the media. Then on his podcast, he just broke this down, and I'm going to read this verbatim, y'all. So please excuse me if I fumble some stuff because this stuff has been hilarious. So check this out. Here's my hottest take for you, Ryan Russillo. Bill Simmons says, the Heat are fucking lucky. Oh, excuse me, whatever. The Jaime Jaquez thing. It's so upsetting. No. So they get Tyler Herro because they win an effing flip coin with Boston. They get Bam Adebayo at 14 because the moron Portland Trail Blazers, which we all know they are, trade 2 picks to move up to 10 and they take Zach Collins instead of Bam. How does that look? And then Luke Kennard goes to the Detroit Pistons at 12. Bam falls to 14. Okay. They get Terry Rozier for basically anything. Barely anything, excuse me. They get Jimmy Butler because Portland helps them twice. Portland's effing stupid. They're like, yeah, we'll take Hassan Whiteside so you can fit Butler in your cap. Cool. And then they get Jaquez. When the Los Angeles Lakers, who was playing at UCLA, he's 5 feet away and he's ready to play. He's ready to be in the rotation. I like the point guard they took from Indiana University. Yeah, I know he has potential, but you have LeBron James. He's 39. You need to get somebody in the draft who can play now, and they just pass on him. It effing makes me sad, but all of it, it's luck. It's luck. Everyone's like, Heat culture. You know what Heat culture is? Effing luck. End quote. That just sounds like hate to me, y'all. I'm sorry. I mean, I know people are probably going to say, oh, obviously you're going to say that because you're a Miami Heat fan. No, that's just straight hate. That is just straight hate. To call us lucky? No. I call it good strategy. I call it knowing what you need. Bam Adebayo could have fell to another team. Would Bam have been as great as he is now in another team? I don't think so. Tyler Herro could have gone to another team. I was just talking about Tyler Herro earlier. Tyler Herro's pegging injury prone, but when he's out there on the court, he's one of the most prolific scorers out there. Would he be the same way on another team? Maybe. But would he have improved the way as he has with another team? Probably not. Tyler Herro's not an all-star yet. He could have been one this season. He was playing like one before the ankle injury. So I'll leave that there. Jaime Jaquez Jr. Say what you want about Jaime Jaquez. I know he's Juan Wick. I know he's been dominating this season. But would he have done that so quickly on another team? Like the Lakers? I don't think so. So for a guy that says that Heat culture is just effing lucky, that's not the case. You want to know why I know? Is because when Miami Heat players do awesome here, how do they do in other teams? Dion Waiters, James Johnson, Justice Winslow, to name a few. I think this dude is just pissed because what the Miami Heat have done to Boston the last few years. I get it. It's hate. It might be the Max Strus thing. That's a perfect example right there, because where was Max Strus before he came to the Heat? Don't worry, I'll wait. Oh yeah, the Celtics. And what did Boston do with Max Strus? Nothing. They let his ass go. And what happened a few years after that? The Miami Heat had Max Strus, which he did what? Busted Boston's ass in the playoffs. Sounds like hate to me. Sounds like he's just upset about what the Miami Heat do. Now, I don't know why he's so upset. His Boston Celtics are dominating 48-12 in the Eastern Conference. They've won their last 11 games. They're head and shoulders the favorites of the NBA if you ask anybody who's an ESPN journalist or anybody out there. You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like the dude is scared. Because earlier in the season, when the Miami Heat was not doing that great, when we were in the midst of a 7-game losing streak, Bill Simmons was talking about Heat culture, Eric Spoelstra, what Jimmy Butler can do. And now that the Miami Heat are on this roll, winning 9 of their last 12 games, seeing that Jimmy Butler has been activated Hemi mode on the second half of the season, seeing guys like Duncan Robinson and Jaime Jaquez take the next level, and Bam Adebayo evolving, seeing what Nikola Jovic is becoming, what Kevin Love is a relevation off the bench, what Caleb Martin does off the bench with guys like Josh Richardson and DeLon Wright, who's disgusting pests, and the fact defensively, and the fact that we traded for Terry Rozier, who gives us an offensive front. It sounds like that somebody is scared about his team having another rematch against the toughest team in the NBA, and him truly knowing that in a 7-game series, we are the team that he fears in the East. It ain't Milwaukee. It ain't New York. As great as New York is, it ain't New York. It ain't Cleveland. It ain't Indiana. It ain't Philly. There's one team that Bill Simmons fears, and there's one team that makes the Boston Celtics shake in their boots, and that's the Miami Heat. I don't care what our record is. In the playoffs, in a 7-game series, ain't nobody want this smoke. I have said it all year long, and I will back this statement. We have the very best playoff performer in Jimmy Butler. We have the very best coach in Eric Spoelstra. We have one of the best two-way performers in Bam Adebayo. Yes, we don't have the size to match with some of the teams in the West, but what do we have? Heart, determination, and a will that no other team has in the NBA. I don't care what you throw against this roster. I don't care if we're injured. I don't care if we're depleted. One thing that I know that we will always do is fight and fight to the end. I believe in this Miami Heat team. I love this Miami Heat team. I don't care what Bill Simmons or anyone says about us. You give me any team in the NBA, and I don't care. I will take the Miami Heat in a 7-game series. Am I wrong? Am I right? It doesn't matter. It's my opinion. That's how I feel. Now I need to hear from y'all Heat fans. What do you think about this stuff that Bill Simmons says about the Heat? Do you think it has merit, or do you think it's complete BS like I think? Dude is just straight hating. Also, let me know what y'all think about Tyler Herro. Do you think this injury is a little bit more serious than what we're thinking? Or do you think the Heat are actually holding him off until he's more than 100% ready to get him to the playoffs? What do you guys think about that? I don't think we should rush it. We're rocking and rolling without him. No need to rush him back. We need him for the playoffs. I just hope that he's willing to take that 6-man role. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, y'all. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for the continued love and support. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. And don't forget to check out my recent episode earlier today. We did another episode of the Miami Heat Roundtable. Check that out. Thank you guys. Enjoy your day.